All right, now we want to walk through the process of installing Exchange 2013. This is a very lengthy process, and because of that, I've actually already done the installation. So I'm on our Exchange server, already have, this is the Exchange management shell, so I've already got it installed here on PTL EX1, all right? But I want you to be able to see it, and so what I've done is done some screenshots, and we're going to go through a little slideshow here where we take a look at it. All right, so here's the first screen. When you fire up Setup from the Setup Media, it has to connect to the internet there, and it begins to copy files once it's sure that you don't have any updates. The next screen is just initializing the setup, so it's using those copied files, preparing the installation. We have our introduction screen. We've got some help links there. We can go find more information. Here's the licensing agreement, so you'd read that or glance at it, accept and accept. Here's the role selection, mailbox server, client access. Also the checkbox to automatically install all the required components. There was the malware, and then it's now going to go through a prerequisite check. Okay, so once we meet the prerequisites, they're at 100%, we can click on install, and you see then it starts going through. And this is literally all the detail that you get. You get a progress bar and a percentage, and you don't really know what's going on. It tells you languages, but that's about it, and it just proceeds. Okay, management tools. Following the management tools, we're going to have the individual server roles. So it starts there with the mailbox role, the transport service, then the client access service. And I believe then I just stopped taking screenshots because we're not really seeing a whole lot. So at the end there, we get congratulations, it's finished, and we're ready to complete the installation by rebooting. Okay, so there you have just kind of a run through. As I said, it's really straightforward. There's I think the one screenshot I missed was the placement of the program files. So there's not a great deal to the actual installation once you have done it. I am going to go in here. Let's take a look at the F drive. There's my setup.exe on the F drive. And if you want, what you can do is you can go setup.exe /?, and it'll show you the help. Okay, and so there is, ask you to give it a little bit more information. So let's go setup, help, install. Okay, and you'll get all of the available options here. Now, you certainly do not need to know every one of these options for the exam. I would definitely know the required ones. Okay, so that's mode, the installation mode, although that is required, but it also defaults to install, so you don't have to put that in. Roles is going to be required, followed by one of these options, and those are the abbreviations. It is possible that you could use or be installing the management tools on a system that was not going to be an Exchange server, and then the accept Exchange server license terms. And you've got a bunch of additional parameters, install all the required Windows components, set up the organization, a target directory, if you've downloaded updates, okay. And there's some advanced things, answer files, not starting services. We can actually place the databases and log files. We can specify a name for the default database instead of just using the randomly generated name. So there are some additional options. So, again, essentially it would be setup.exe /mode install /roles. We'll do C and M. And then we can specify anything else. But I mean, that would just be a standard install of both of those two roles. Okay. Now and how could I forget the install? I accept Exchange server license terms. Okay, notice how quickly it failed when I didn't have that. All right, and now this is, the client access role is already installed, so it's not going to go through, but that's the only reason that errored out. So there, at least we've seen the unattended, we've seen some screenshots for the attended graphical based installation, and those are the steps that you're going to need to successfully install Exchange 2013.